On the Motherhood Network today, we celebrate Nozipho Ntshangase, a celebrated South African reality TV personality, devoted mother, and the authentic voice behind the candid podcast, Life Lately. Known for her openness about infertility, family dynamics, and mental health journeys, Nozipho has become a relatable and impactful figure in motherhood circles. Her honesty and vulnerability continue to inspire women to embrace their own stories with courage and grace. And today we honor her new chapter on the Motherhood Network, a platform you deserve. Are we rolling?
Are we rolling?
Okay, action. Welcome to the Motherhood Network. Okay, we may laugh a lot because you've been laughing a lot behind the scenes. Nozipho, where do I even begin? Like, I remember the day I met you, which was a few months ago, and you were such a light and you were so kind to me. I just thought, what a kind human being. And I'll be honest, I hate it when people say this, but I have to be honest. I don't watch TV because I have kids. They watch YouTube, you know? But I remember seeing this commotion. We were at this event, it's glamorous. Everyone's like, oh my gosh, she's here. She looks beautiful. And I was like, oh my goodness, she's just beautiful. And you came up to me and we were dancing and having fun. And then you said something I'll never forget, which is testament to the person you are. You said, hey, you know, Zakes was at my wedding, and Zakes being my husband. And at the time he wasn't married, and said, you know, I can't wait for the day that I get married. And what a full circle moment, because here I am speaking to you.
I know.
The one you got married.
I know.
And I just thought, wow, the fact that you even shared that story.
I know. He was actually like beaming. He was just like, oh, guys, this is so beautiful. I can't wait for one day to meet my person. I can't wait for this. Literally. And I was like, we're dancing to you right now. So, like, listen, I've arrived.
Wow, what a story. And thank you so much for sharing that, Siswam. Your name also is just a true reflection of who you are. You know, you really are. You're a bearer of gifts. You are a gift, more importantly. You're the gift that keeps on giving as well. But I have to say, this new chapter is a little different, I think. I think more than anything, you're a gift to yourself.
Absolutely.
And that's what we're celebrating, right?
Absolutely.
Oh, glowing. Look at how beautiful. You look angelic. Yo. I'm loving this new chapter for you. But let's take it back, man. We have to, because your story is incredible. Of course, we're all from KZN, Durban.
Oh, yes. Zulu girls. Yeah.
Zulu girls.
Thomas Hlangene seeking.
Hey, put some scene. That's like, oh, this episode may be a bit loud, but we're going to have a great time and we hope everyone enjoys it. It's a beautiful journey because a lot of people may not know, but you qualified, you graduated in psychology.
Yes.
How was that journey? Why psychology?
Actually, it wasn't my first choice. And I did it year by year, and I kept surprising myself because I kept on passing and with distinction. And I was like, what? I've got 4 boys, I'm busy doing IVF. And I said, even if I'm full-time, I'm like, I've always thought that after I didn't manage to go to medical school, my thing was I just wanted to be a full-time mom. If you ask me what my job was I'm a mom.
Yeah.
I didn't see, and I didn't want anything else. And I was fulfilled in that role. But I said, if I were to tell my children to be secure in their life, they have to get an education, and I had to lead by example. So I said, even if I get an undergrad degree, I'll do this while I was in the middle of raising my kids. And psychology was the next best thing. And surprisingly, I was actually good at it and I enjoyed it. I was like, okay, I'm surprising myself. It was good. I graduated. I almost didn't have a graduation because I did my last module right in the middle of COVID. And then they lifted the restrictions and I was able to graduate. I was heavily pregnant with the twins. And I was able to have that and celebrate it with my kids, which was such a nice thing because I remember my mom graduated while we were there. My mom also went to study becoming a teacher when we were older. So I remember that as a nice experience and a memory that I look at my mom and I'm like, I'm proud of you. It's one thing to be told that your mom is a qualified this and that. My mom's got 2 degrees and she did that whilst raising her 5 kids. And so for me to have been a part of her first graduation was such a nice thing, and her second. But for my kids also to see me do something like that was very nice. I loved it.
And so important,
Yeah.
man. You're also just superwoman. I can't imagine myself having twins and studying, let alone graduating.
I know.
I mean, super mom, right?
Everybody's a super mom, I'm telling you.
Everyone's a super
mom.
Moms, did you hear
We
that?
are super moms.
We are all super moms.
Whether you have 1 kid or like a zillion, you are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%. You speak about psychology. Something I love that you're very transparent about, and I think it's important for mothers as well, is therapy. And you speak about just coping mechanisms with rejection or other issues as well. And I really feel like this chapter for you is redirection.
Yeah.
Right? Go Uya Glowa. You are looking sensational.
Wow.
Right? How would you see that?
What is the question you get now, Musha?
Yeah, no, because you see, this is what happens when you have the glow. It's that halo, you're flying. Sorry, let me bring you back. Let me bring you back. I think it's so beautiful how you've spoken openly about therapy as a whole. And even coping with rejection and other subject matters. Within therapy, which is so important for a lot of us moms. Who can relate to such subjects. But not only that, it's the fact that I would see it as redirection.
Yeah.
This new chapter. Would you agree with that sentiment?
1000%. I won't lie to you and say immediately I looked at it that way. You can't not go through something life-changing and not in a good way and not feel rejection, especially because you're a human being. And when you have certain plans for your life and suddenly you have to change those plans, not because you want to, you don't immediately see it as redirection. But it took a long time for me to do some work, and I said, well, this is not rejection, actually. It's redirection. And I know that therapy played a huge, huge role in that. And I thank God for that. And I thank God for reaching me one day and speaking to me. And I got saved and my life just changed completely. And, people think that once you get saved and you find God, everything is going to go great. So now this God of yours is going to answer your prayers. Why Paul go if you find God? And, that's not the case. And I feel like we need to look at it as being able to walk a chapter or a season with someone who's giving you strength and not walking it alone. And that also helped me in realizing that this is redirection and God loves me too much to let me not bloom after this,
That's it. Thank you so much. Wow, your words I know resonate with so many people so beautifully so. And I think even you having studied psychology was also God's way of telling you this is your path, And so there's something interesting. So of course I've had to do a lot of research with the Motherhood Network, which has been so exciting, finding out more about motherhood, this and that. Am I doing it right? That's no, this is great. And one of the big things, and I know you know this from psychology, is systemic family therapy. And for those who are watching, just to explain, and I was looking at some articles because we had interviewed a doctor who's a psychologist and she's speaking about families with a nuclear blended, what that looks like. And so she spoke about systemic family therapy, and what it is maintaining role clarity through differentiated boundaries, and it helps prevent triangulation, reduces loyalty conflicts, and promotes secure attachment with blended family structures. So in simpler terms, basically not to replace a biological parent, but rather be a supportive figure and mentor. But would you now agree that such things are important, having such boundaries as well, but with love as well? Yeah.
Okay, so Doc that was here, certainly, I think in theory, very true. Very, very true. And boundaries in general are very important.
Yeah.
And it's hard to put boundaries in place.
Yes.
Practically. But also, when it comes to blended families and setting boundaries and not trying to replace the other parent and, everybody knowing their role, I think for me, I can speak for me and my experiences. And I think it's not a one size fits all.
True.
I think, it's not a one size fits all, just like parenting is not, because kamatita, you guys parent differently, and the next family. So I think, again, this is my opinion and my experience, and I feel like every family dynamic is different.
Yes.
And I wouldn't say that a step parent replaces or tries, or in my case, I can speak for myself. Yes. I always refer to myself as a bonus parent.
Yes.
And for me, I'll make an example. My son, if his biological dad married and had a wife, and now this wife tried to stepmother, it would have been very difficult because I'm a very hands-on mom. I'm there. I'm raising my kids, and some situations don't allow for the child to live with one parent, so it will have to go to the other. So it's very difficult, Nandi. I won't lie to you. You definitely never try to replace the parent, but what I can say is that boundaries are very important. But for me, again, the role of a step parent, my son was very blessed to be raised in a family unit. I speak about this all the time, that I'm a statistic of teenage pregnancy. Don't promote, by the way, but anyway,
he's your first son.
He's my firstborn, and he's 21 now. But when I had him, I was a child.
Yes.
And when I got married, he had met my then husband at he was 3, and the son that I have today, who's so respectful, who's literally so amazing, wouldn't have turned out the same way had he been raised by my mom. Not to say that my parents did a terrible job with me, but ingane khuliswe in a unit. I personally think that ikhula differently, and I'm very grateful, for the bonus. I won't call him a bonus parent because he was a full-time father to my son, and he was fully present, fully loved him, and fully was present in every shape, form, or whatever it is. I'm very, very grateful for that. And I know that my son does not see anyone else as a father other than him. I don't take that for granted. And I think step parenting is a thankless job. It's a thankless job, even though you go in voluntarily, because nobody forces you.
No.
That's the truth. You have the option. I've got an older sister who's got 3 kids, by the way, and will tell you now, Shemina ngimcela umfana oneyingane. Akamceli. Athi right. It's very difficult for me. My sister Shem is just like, you're right, and I've got enough love for me and my kids. As she says, she used to, like my grandmother used to send me down my paternal grandma and be like, how did you do this? And I'd be like, I don't know, it came naturally for me. So I respect people that say from the beginning, I can't do this. This is not for me.
Yeah.
And for me, it came naturally, and it was just something that I wanted to do.
Oh.
So again, it's different for everybody.
Yes.
But I agree with Doc. Boundaries and not replacing the parent theoretically is true, but practically not as easy as we would like to say it is. Because you love the person. Yeah. There's no place in your heart where you say, I've got 10% love for my step, or you love fully, you go in fully. So yeah, I agree, and I don't know.
Yeah, and it's true. What you're saying is, as I was just saying earlier, and thank you so much for answering that and articulating that so well, because I know a lot of parents need to hear this, is that it is a human experience. And obviously you can't just use one template.
Yeah.
And also, especially Tina, so bantu bamnyama, you know, we tend to be more warm,
Yeah.
you know, and loving, you know, family with its extended, you know. And with that said, you know, comes a good and bad, and that's the experience as well. I'm loving your videos on social media. My gal, just your transparency is so refreshing. It's so beautiful. I know everyone who was watching, I saw on Instagram, that's okay. I always thought you had a beautiful body. I always thought you were beautiful. But I love mothers taking care of self. You know, that mommy makeover, that, hey, it's time for me.
Time for me. Girl.
That's my favorite chapter for any mommy. Mommies, please
Go get you.
Go get you.
Go get you.
Go get you. So I love the fact that you're just so open about it. And again, thank you so much. I think a lot of us moms need to see that, you know, that it's okay. And then you like, guys, this is my journey.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have a little nip here and there.
Yeah.
Feel good about myself again.
Hack a little bit here and there.
A little bit, you know, look a little bit like I was before the babies, which I love. You know, what inspired that sense of like, actually, let me do this for myself?
I think I had 4 pregnancies, right? And for the first 2, my body bounced back naturally. I don't know what the twins did to me, okay?
Yeah, but 2 babies and your little
girl, like something shifted and I was just like, no. No. I'm joking.
I get that, yeah. No, there is sometimes that one kid. After that kid, you're like, no,
it's not the one, girl.
Watch all the mummies after this episode. No.
And no, you know, I love the changes that our bodies go through after pregnancies, and I own it. You know, I'm so blessed that God wangibusisa ngokuthi ngikwazi ukuba nabantwana. To carry my babies, it's such a huge blessing that I don't take for granted at all. But this was for me. This chapter is mine, and it's the redirection, it's the refocus, it's the rebodiing.
The rebodiing. I love it so much for you. Listen, it's been out there, whether it's from professionals to spiritual healers, you know, to pastors. When you take care of you, you just become a better mom, you know? And I'm loving this generation of mothers where we're unapologetic about it as well, however that looks like. But do take care of you and be unapologetic about it. Nah? I love it. Any advice you'd give mothers just in terms of wanting to bounce back from anything? Like, what's your thing where you're like, listen, guys, you have got this? Because they need to hear that. I'm loving this chapter, babe. Oh, Nozipho, oh.
I don't know who said this, but ungavumi ngawe. You know? Ungavumi ngawe. I think at the end of the day, it's important that you are able to pour from a cup egcwele, you know, and we do the work internally, and that's a given, especially us moms. You know, we want to do the work internally. I know that for a very long time, I kind of was just like my mom is not touchy-feely like my dad, you know, and I almost like didn't understand how she was until I went on this journey and I got to spend more time at home with my mom, and I got to understand her so much more. How she grew up impacted the way that she was a mom to me, you know, to us, all 5 of her children. And I respect and love her so much. She had a different childhood compared to my dad, you know, so that also played a huge role in how they both parented us. And they were, I don't know how my dad managed 1,000 years ago to be such a hands-on, parking, waiting outside, taking you to modeling, always present kind of dad. I don't know where he got that from, but he gave us that. And for me, I would always be like, oh my, why you get pick on to Baba my you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
I can't find, and I became so understanding whilst going on this transition.
Yes.
And this journey and this redirection. And so I would say to mothers that, again, ungavumi ngawe, you know, it's very important for your children to see and watch a mother that is able to bounce back. Not a perfect mom. Our children need to see that we go through things.
Yes.
And we are human, and, you know, you'll get a hug here and there. I mean, Abu Kosi has this line that he likes to say, like, Mom, you want Jesus?
That's so nice.
And I'm just like,
I need Jesus.
I was like, yo, my kid, isingizwe kakhulu mhlambe ngithandaza mhlambe ngikhala and ingathi vele mhlambe angazi, like, and he's 3 and he'll just, and you know, for him it's just like, I know what Mom wants.
You need Jesus.
Like, Mom, do you want Jesus? And I'm just like, yes, my boy. And he's just like, you know, and so I know.
Bless his heart.
And then he'll close the door sometimes. Like, Mom is praying. He'll close the twins out, and then he'll come in. Yes, and then he wants to sit here with me in this I want Jesus moment. But I saw, I watch myself not be present, especially for because his first year of life, you know, and that was not fair. You know, I always say that my big kids got to experience a very happy, fulfilled. Yes, life wasn't great, it wasn't perfect, but I was me in my element, and I said they got the best of me, you know, and I want these ones, especially the ones that I planned.
Yes.
You know, it's not fair.
Yes.
So I said I was intentional about
Yeah.
getting back to myself and finding who I am, because in stages in our lives we grow, and you're not the same Nandi that was 20, and you see life differently, and
Yes.
you know, and especially for my girls, the twins, I want them to really know who and understand who they are and never compromise their values. And that starts with me showing them, because our children, they learn by seeing and not by what we say.
You learn by seeing and not by what we say.
So moms,
yeah,
go get you.
go get you.
Don't give up. Vuka. Go and even if you do 2 lunges a day. So right.
Yes.
Start small, start reading, start walking, drink water, you know, uzinakekele day by day, and do not be hard on yourself. Insuka's funny. You're gonna have good days, you're gonna have days where you don't bath. You know?
Yep.
Listen.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, that's right.
You're just like, I'll give you a hug, but
wait,
come baby, at least you won't tell anyone that mommy smells, you know? And then you'll be like, no man, guess.
Yeah.
Today, never again, I guess.
You're right, and I love how you've just normalized that. I feel seen, and all the moms watching feel seen. I said, you know, this episode we were talking off camera is all about positivity. It's all about your new chapter. So, by fair, to no negativity. No. This is the evolved version of you. You know, 40 girl.
40 girl.
Yeah, but also 40's changed.
40. I know, look at this.
You're just telling me now, and people have to actually hear the story. The fact that you were saying that your son, they were confused by like, there's no way that's... I mean, look how amazing you look.
And he loves it. He's just like, I've always liked that I had a young mom. You know, drop off like my mom's younger.
Yes.
At sports games, my mom's younger, you know. But the only thing he always says, no, I can't scam you. You woke.
You're too woke.
You know too much.
What's I gang?
Dear mothers and value members of the Motherhood Network, this is a gentle reminder to sign up for our newsletter. And while you're at it, please don't forget to click the like and subscribe button to ensure we continue to give you quality content you deserve. Plus, stay tuned for details on our Mother's Day 2026 event. It's going to be absolutely spectacular and something truly special. The Motherhood Network, a platform you deserve.
But then I also love what you said to a lot of people who are listening as well. You know, they're people who've had their children young, you know. and that it's not over and it's not the end of the road. You can also learn your lessons as well. I think that's important. The Motherhood Network, we're a safe space. We're not here to judge. We can't judge. I wish I could judge. We're all a mess. That's the nice thing about this earth thing.
We are figuring it out.
Listen, we're just figuring it out. But what I love mostly about all of our guests is no matter what they've done, the good, the bad, the ugly, the mistakes, all of that, the incredible achievements, is that they've owned it, but never were defined by it. In fact, anything that was seen as a possible failure was actually a huge win. And I feel that sense, with your energy, where it was all a blessing. It all made sense. It had to happen. For you to be this lovely lady who we love. And now I understand movements. And I know they'll agree with me in the comment section. You are movements. They're not movements. Hey guys, NM movement. Hello, hashtag NM movement. Because I'm a part of it. I'm a part of this movement. And I love it, but you are. And it's because you own your story. You're transparent with your story. You're authentic and you're so loving and kind. So that's important. Did you always have that wisdom just to be like, hey, this is me?
I think for me, Nandi, the one thing about the journey that I've been on is that a lot of women can relate. It's a lot of women can relate, and whether it's from you experiencing it or a mom or an aunt or a friend, but a lot of women can relate. And I've been very blessed with a huge support system that has been like, you know what, we see the pain, we see you, but it's okay. I won't lie to you and say that after having a child at such a tender age, I'm like, it took a lot of work, and it's just until recently that I learned to forgive myself for that, because I didn't think it was fair for Lutando to have a young mom. I didn't think that it was fair for him to have somebody that didn't have it figured out. I mean, I was a child. He's not a mistake, but I always say to my kids all the time, whatever you do, if you want to love me forever, please do not have children out of wedlock. Ngiyacela. We must learn from mistakes abanye abantu. Well, not to say a mistake, but it's a challenge.
Yes.
We make it work because we don't have a choice.
Yes.
But ultimately, I've got friends that have children only in the marriage. And I always say to them, Tracy no call, I'm going to say it. And I said, Nina, how about this thing? I like... It's probably me like that.
But that's why I think everyone loves you so much. I know it's the reason I love you so much, is the fact that you own your story, and of course you have your beautiful blessings, but you own it, But more than that, and I think we're the generation where there is going to be healing. You're going to see it in the future generations where we're not perfect parents, but the difference is that we're willing to say, this is where, I could have done better. Yeah. And just learn from me. I love you guys. You know what I'm saying? Everything was a blessing. It made sense. But do learn from me. And I mean, I remember that. I remember my parents saying the same to me. Hey guys, learn from us.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4. We're not going to be perfect, but please learn these things. And it empowered us.
Parents are not perfect.
No.
Parents are not perfect.
But that transparency was important because, again, you're not, you're not all about ego as a parent.
No.
You know what I'm saying? You're being honest. Because a lot of parents struggle with that. Where they can't say, oh, 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah.
I could have done better.
Yeah.
But, it's just like, no. We don't.
I think it's important for us to be human to our kids. It's important. Even, when I've made a mistake, for instance, I'll come back to my kid and be like, my boy, I'm sorry. Parents don't apologize. As what's this thing of guys, like, we need to apologize and say, my boy, I was wrong. I'm sorry. My mistake was here. Actually, it's my mistake, my bad. It's important for us to be human to our children.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, we are raising future husbands, future fathers that have to be able to apologize and take accountability when things didn't go the way that it was supposed to, even if you really believed it would be right. But when you reflect and look back and be like, no, this I could have just taken this turn and things would have been different. I always tell Lutanda that for me, my kids, I always tell my biggest achievement every time when I get, especially when people that I don't know I encounter once or twice, and they're gonna be like, recently my son went for a visa appointment, and when he got there, he was told that he had to translate or apostle a document. And then so he rushed quickly to a department, and when he got there, they said, we don't take walk-ins, blah, 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 blah. And he was by himself. And a couple of minutes later, he called me and said, oh, Mom, the security let me in. And I said, cool, my boy, let me know how it goes. And then the lady inside again assists him, and she calls me, the lady from the other counter, and says, listen, I had to speak to you. I had to speak to the woman that's raising such a respectful boy. Oh, what was wahlonipha umfana wakho, sis. And for me, that was like, I was not there. I was not present. I didn't see. And for him to say, and I said, how did you get in the security? I said, putting your trail, you know, and I was just like, for me, that's a huge win. And I say, God, I don't take the credit for that. I don't take the credit alone. It's the product of me being able to raise my son in a family setup that I didn't do alone. That's not my work. So my children, I always say this, and everyone has their own thing. Some people are all career driven, and which is great. That's you. I'm mom first.
Oh, that's so beautiful. And I must say, your son is a reflection of you. And of course, yes, there's been teamwork there as well. But you're so humble. This is not for the cameras, but Fitz, please know this. She is the sweetest soul. Like, you really are that person, And you're right. It's imperative for us to teach our kids to be respectful, to see everyone, sawubona, which means I see.
Yes, I see.
And it's something we're losing a bit sometimes, with our kiddos. There's a thing of sizing up people.
Yeah, especially if they grow up a bit more privileged, a little bit privileged than other people. It's very easy for them to look down upon and not see other people.
Yeah.
We were just laughing at the one that was calling me now a few minutes ago, who's a big brother, and he says to me, the last day of prep school, I asked a friend of mine to go pick him up from boarding because his flight was much later in the evening, and this lady called me. She said, I'm still waiting for Buhle. He's saying goodbye to the boarding cleaners. And my son was sobbing, crying, and I'm just like, oh, Pagiti.
That's like, it.
So the big brother was laughing like, my guy.
That's
like,
it.
You were crying now.
Isn't it beautiful?
Like, I've seen them for 2 years and I'm not going to see them again.
Yes. How beautiful is that? It reminds me of my son with the same thing about aunt and about Gogo, but
them.
Yes, he helps us clean. Yeah. But that's what it's about. And I remember even my parents growing up would say the same thing. We see everyone. It was the concept of, and especially Makaya. Would say you need to be good to everyone because when you're stuck somewhere, who's gonna help you? When someone's at a meeting, for example, can tell you, hey, listen, this is what you need to do, this is what, who's gonna bury you?
Yeah.
Who takes that shovel on your last day?
Yeah.
Hey? And that's what I love about us being African, it's seeing everyone as well. Listen, girl, I'm excited for this. Buffett, I need to change position because TTT is here. This clothing brand is so divine. Please tell the mommies because they're gonna go crazy for this.
I wasn't thinking that one through. Guys.
I like Titi. Me, I just thought
online store. It's got to be quick.
Oh, yes, the fulfillment service. All of the online stuff. Oh,
Guess
yes.
it, Jen.
No.
Guess it, Jen.
Yeah.
No.
Happier.
No. I'm a very comfortable online shopper, okay? Like, love it, because when I go to the store, I just like, do I have to try that on? And I'm a very good
Yes.
online shopper, but people are not good with online shopping. So I'm
Yes.
struggling with that. A lot of people, especially with children, sometimes you think, yes, it's 9 to 12 months, and
Yes.
people want to try on. And so there's a lot of challenges that I'm facing with the store, and I can see now I can't run away from this. I need to have a physical store because no.
Yeah, and that's okay. But I love the fact that that's part of the business. You're learning. And it's so important. That's why I was saying that, by the way, why I know things like this, and fulfillment service, because I remember at one point I was like, let me try. And it's a lot. Yeah, but you know, but that's how we learn. And I love the fact that you mentioned that for other moms to see, because you have to. It's trial and error.
Yeah, it's trial and error.
Right?
Trial and error.
Something else I absolutely love is your podcast. So that's actually why I also wanted to invite in the beginning before everything else, whether it was the drama, the good, all of that stuff. I actually wanted to invite you way back then.
We spoke, yes, you did say. You were like, listen, so send it dates, Njal.
Yeah. Because I couldn't believe, I was like, she's going to take my job this way. I couldn't believe how much of a natural you are. You are incredible. Just the way you command that space, the way you make people feel so relaxed themselves, just naturally enjoying, the podcast, these interviews.
Oh, thanks.
Where does that come from? Yeah, going to psychology. Okay, mama. Washa, top interviewer, this podcaster. Where did that come from?
I think there's this meme that we see going around that says, at first when you meet me, I'm an introvert, and then like after a few minutes, I'm a podcast. That's me. You know, when you're growing up in this field, when your children play sports, like from little mini rugbies, and you're just like, oh my God, I don't want to do small talk.
Yes.
I would be that mom, but you'll find me in there. And I was just like, okay, I like chatting. I like getting to know people. And for me, Life Lately, and I called it that because I wanted Life Lately to be the center of everything. Life as we go on, life as we carry on every day, and for me, it's been so therapeutic. It's been almost like my free therapy to speak with people, because the more you speak, the more you get to experience and get to see that people, and you identify, oh my God, this is a little bit of me here, a little bit of me here. And I love getting to know people. I love getting to learn from people. And I've absolutely thoroughly enjoyed Life Lately, and so blessed with an amazing team. I didn't know, by the way, that podcasting, you have to research. I thought yini nje ongayazi ngona ndi madida. Ayibo, Sophia sixoxe lapha.
Ayilula le ndaba.
Ilula. What? What? I said, ngenza i-honors phela. Ngiyafunda la straight. Guys.
Because I feel like
Homework.
homework.
Yeah, my producer's just like, did you read everything I sent you? I'm like, girl, ngixawe ingane lana. Nofunda. But
that is so real.
It's true, right?
Yes, true. Yes.
And then you sometimes confuse, you're like, ish, how do you break the ice here? Sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hi. Welcome.
And then you get young up here. How? Kaneta. Hey. Sci-fi traffic. Oh.
This is so good. I'm actually gonna have to take off these eyelashes. This is so good. Listen, and I love it for you so much. Although you've never had interviews.
No, I haven't. I'm joking. I haven't. I've heard stories.
Yeah.
They were scaring me. They're actually scaring me. I'm joking. Oh, I've been blessed. My yes, I've been
So
absolutely amazing.
but that's also testament to your skill as well. And I'd love to say this like self-love era where you're willing to just try it all and see where you are, you know. How important do you think that is for your kids to see that, you know, where they're seeing mommy just glow up, you know? I, am I right by saying that you are somewhat healed? Obviously, we all, it's a process, but that really and truly, because I can feel an energy in you that's not vulnerable. Your voice is not shaking. I mean, a lot of interviews that you're doing, again, because I had to research that research you're talking about. Oh, but I can hear it in your voice where you sound like you healed. Whereas other interviews, you were shaking a bit with your voice, you know, there's a lot of vulnerability. And here I'm just sensing a strong woman who has a great sense of self, ready to conquer the world. Right?
We're going to Venda. We're taking a road trip. I'm joking. So I think again, Nandi, for me, therapy has been a huge, literally an integral part in who you see today. And I'm very far from healed. I won't even lie to you. But I can tell you that I'm very intentional about my time. I'm intentional about my week. I look at my week and I'm just like, okay, so I have to make it to Saturday.
Yeah.
To make it to Saturday, my son's coming home from boarding. I have to be alive by Saturday. So I still have moments where, look, I'll stay in PJs the whole day and I won't shower. Like, I won't even lie. People that know me and are close to me, guys, from a young age, humble kids, you know, like it's just a thing that, yo, guys.
Is that what my kids? So my kids are gonna be like you as adults because every day it's humble kids. Hamanya kids. In fact, I'm sorry to digress, but you know the song Share Shake?
Yeah.
I had to literally sing that song to them to get the
Listen, me, from very young, I'm like, Mama, that wintombazane, you know. I still have days, Nandi, where I'm just like, yo, today's hard. Today is hard, especially when you had, my family was very close, and we were somewhat, you know, almost codependent, and our routines, they were interlinked. I don't know. Like, yes, we were in it. Yeah. So we basically, you know, and for something different now, it's not easy. It's not easy, but again, I'm embracing the change because that's a decision that I chose to say, look, I'm going to walk this, as difficult as it is. You know, I choose to walk this path, not saying that I've got it figured. I don't have crap figured out. None. You know, sometimes 4 days in 7 days, I'll be like to my mom, listen, Sieza, I don't want to be responsible for nobody's cooking. I'm responsible. We'll go to my mom's house.
And that's okay.
And that's okay. I'm just be like, girl, I'll be in my mom's bed for 3 days and I'm good. I'm happy. I'm surrounded by love. And then some days I want to go to my husband. Like, I got this. I'm going to conquer this week, you know? So I'm not healed yet. And I don't think anybody is ever healed. If we're going to wait for a time when we say, I'm healed, you're never going to step forward into your purpose and into the new chapter and new season of your life. So I think step by step, day by day, give yourself grace. You're going to have days where it's not 100%, you know, you're going to eat junk and you're going to gain weight. And but for me, it's being intentional because the twins again are 4. My daughters are 4, and I want to have daughters. I want my girls to know who they are. Ngifuna bazazi, and that's very important to me. Bazazi, bazithande, and bazihloniphe futhi. And that starts with showing them that it's okay to choose yourself, even if it's not what you want. But it is what you believe, and you know ukuthi yabona le choice le ngizolala, ngiyalala ebusuku ngayo. I don't lose sleep. It hurts, cool sharp, but I can think ngadluli. Everything is seasonal.
Yes.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. So the voice is not shaky because I'm okay. I mean, God has given me strength and peace that I don't even know. Nandi ukuthi kuvela kephi.
Yeah. And blessings.
And
if I may,
amazing blessings.
Yeah.
And those blessings are not materialistic things and things that you see. But I look around me and I'm just like, first of all, I don't even know how God sent uMazungu into my life, my nanny. And she met me in 2009 when my son was born. Again, I still believe till this day with him, my nanny was sent by God.
Yes.
She
can relate to that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out,
gang. Shout out, gang.
Yo.
She's my pillar.
Yo. Yes.
She's everything to my family. And she then, 2009, nursed me back to health, nursed me back to life after the birth of my son. I didn't know I needed her then. And funny enough, she was my sister's nanny.
One church.
I said, listen, I'll have her.
Your sister, maybe my favorite human being.
But yeah, Susanna. And
I'm thinking this reality show. There needs to be a spin-off with you and your sister.
No, my sister Shem,
I love it.
And when she left, my sister and Busha was, I think she was, my Busha was like 2-3 months, and my son and my sister's son, we were born on the same day. So we gave birth on the same day. And I said to my mom, we am I gonna get a nanny? She's like, hi, Otisizo uMazungu lo hambe. And me and her have been inseparable ever since. And my sister will remind me, that's my nanny. I'm like, girl, nah, she mine.
Yeah. How amazing. And you've highlighted something so beautiful, which I can attest to. I've also been very blessed with Sisi or Sisi. They're both incredible. And it's beyond work.
Yeah.
It really, these are like guardian angels, not only for our kids, for ourselves these days. And I think that's so important. So for anyone watching, obviously I say about auntie because the kids call them.
Yes, I know.
But also, thank you so much.
So much.
Thank you so much.
Me no magalali because my kids don't sleep.
Oh my gosh. Thank you. The silent heroes, we don't speak enough about how incredible you guys are. So I just want to take that moment to say, thank you, thank you, thank you. There was a saying that I never used to understand when I was a lot younger, before marriage, before everything. When I was still doing percentages. My mom used to say, Mtanam, you born alone, you die alone.
True story.
I just thought that's a little aggressive at the time.
Girl, funny drama, you imagine.
I'm too young to get this, And really and truly, the older you get, and it's funny whether it's like trust, wills, marriage, all your serious adult stuff, money, this and that. Whether there's death, divorce, the one thing you cannot escape is that you're your own person. And I always love emphasizing that. And why I say that is mothers, I think, always need a reminder, or many of us, that at the end of the day, this is your life. You are born alone, and you die alone, And so I love the fact that in this new chapter of self-love, just making all your dreams come into fruition as well, unapologetically so. Are you aware of that? I mean, even the trembling in your voice is disappeared, you know? It's so beautiful. Are you aware that you're owning that? Owning who you are. This chapter 40. Girl. I can't wait until I'm 40. Put valid countdown. But it must look like this. It must glow like this.
They say life begins at 40.
It does. It really does.
It does. I didn't think that I'd be here at the age of 40. So, but I am here, and I say, God, that's no mistake. You know, let's see what the next decade of my life is and what it looks like. When my son was doing matric, well, we spoke about it again. Me and him have been having a lot of DMCs. See, I've got a what is this generation?
Yeah, about Gen Z.
Yeah, I'm a Gen Z. Bona labo. Saying us about DMCs. Shout out, gang.
Gang. I'm getting there. I'm still young. I'll get there. Don't worry.
You know, and he said to me, Mommy, when I was in matric, I was very worried because I was supposed to leave for the States, and at the time the twins were just one, and Bukosi was just 3. I'd just given birth to Bukosi. And he said, I was very worried that I would not know my siblings. And God did something that we thought we planned.
Yeah.
And God did it differently. He's been home the past 3 years, and he's been my person that I say to, how about we try this weekend and go, you know,
sure.
And I know, and he's just like, I'm so grateful for the past 3 years, because I know now that the twins know me. They call him a puti. And for me, even if I leave and go study wherever, I know my sisters, and the same. So I said to him, God is intentional with our journeys. And so with life beginning at 40, for me, 40 looks like this for me. And I believe that it's only going to get better from here. Whether it's spiritually, whether it's a new chapter that God has assigned me to be on, and I've agreed and I'm obedient to say, God, take me wherever you want me to go. So yeah, 40 looks...
It looks damn good.
40 and fabulous.
Oh, listen, 40 and fabulous. And so your style of parenting, what would you say is your style of parenting?
Ish.
40 and fabulous. Are we there?
No. Yeah, teta. But also I'm the cool mom, and then you have to put in some discipline, you know. You have to put discipline, and it's not always easy. It's not every day that but this is I allowed this, you know. So, but I'm more of a cool mom, you know. But also at the same time, I think as young as I am, my kids give me indawo yami ukuthi I'm mom, you know. So I'm grateful for that. They still they are seeing me as Oma, you know.
Yeah. This may be hashtag too soon, but I know it's not only moms watching this. I know Conor McDonald is watching this.
We rebuke you.
Yeah.
In the name of Jesus.
In the name of Jesus. So hashtag too soon. But possibly, do you think you could reconcile with the fact that maybe marriage could be in the cards?
No, man, I love marriage. I absolutely believe in marriage. I will never not get married again. But I think this chapter right now is me raising my kids. And there's the question we posed before or discussed, blending or not. And for me right now, I look at the breakup that my son is going through, Lutando, it's difficult. So I don't know if it would ever be, not to be negative and say maybe a new relationship will not last or won't, but I'm now very wary of the decisions that I make about my life that could affect my children. So I'm in no rush. I'm in my raising my children era. If love finds me, it finds me, and all great. But God, you can hold it.
Because I just heard, when you said of love, I just heard all the men, my bachelors at that moment saying, "Hey, there's hope."
No, God, you can hold it.
Yes.
You can hold it.
For now, you're in your self-love era.
No, definitely. This is my journey. I love it for me.
I love it for you.
Yeah.
And we love you. Listen, there's a reason why you are where you are today. You've accomplished so much. You've shared your heart. You've shared your life with us, and we don't take it for granted. The country, the continent, the world has gotten to see you, That's not easy, but you continue to do it with so much grace, but more importantly, kindness. And that's what we're celebrating here in the Motherhood Network, because you're that person. Bafethu, I have no reason to lie. When you meet her, you will just adore her so much. And for your beautiful kids, what would you like to share with them?
So, this is mommy. I'm joking. I think first and foremost, I want to thank my eldest for being patient with me. He's walked 21 years with a woman that was trying to figure it out, made mistakes along the way, and still to you, I'm your everything. And the respect that you hold for me, I don't take that lightly. And and Tubukosi, you're gonna be a problem. Watching you, I'm joking. But to my kids in general, thank you for, I don't know if kids find you or I don't know how it works, but I'm so grateful for the opportunity to be your mom. I've loved the experience, even the hard times. I wouldn't change anything, and I can't wait to see what the next decade looks like for us. And be kind.
Thank you for that. And be kind. You're launching a lot of different businesses. You're launching yourself. We could say a lot, but I'd say watch the space. Watch your podcast,
I actually have another project that I'm working on, even if it's still a bit premature. But when I said to the person I'm working, I said, I'm going to not. She said, no, it's still premature. But, I think 2026 is going to be a big and amazing year for me because...
Oh, yes.
We're going to add a new title next to our names.
And it's a good one. I can't wait for everyone to hear what you have in store. And it's a reflection of where you are. You are unstoppable. You're relatable. You are kind. You're authentic. That's why we love you so much in the Motherhood Network.
I love you guys.
Yeah, we love you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me. It's such an honor.
Thank you for being a gift. And thank you for giving to yourself. We love you so much, Nozipho. Thank you.
Thank you, sis.